Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Choey. Episode 22 now.
Deuce Deuce.
Deuce.
Emmett Smith.
Is that your favorite cowboy number ever?
21.
What is your the little
Prime
side story? Prime time?
Prime time.
Yeah. Although that's also Zeke as well.
Well, not anymore. It's now Stephon Gilmore's number. Which I was like, dang, like he poached that quick.
Zeke ain't coming back now, is he?
Well,
he took my jersey number.
He said he wants to come back as 15 wherever he goes. So he wants that college.
Oh, he wants to go college?
So I'm like, there's still that.
Yeah. Like I told you, I thought he was going to come back until I realized some of the other running backs he got on your roster. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think they'll bring him back.
I don't know.
So.
I mean, he just has to show that he can actually pound the rock.
Stay
more
healthy.
More than a yard.
Yeah, it's true. You know, but he scored, like 15 touchdowns last year or something?
Yeah, but like if you go back and look at how close he was on all his touchdowns, they're like 2 or 3 yards out at the most.
All right. So we'll just start with some headlines for me, right? So I didn't tell you this because again, it's been a while. Apparently, this was my fault this year because there was a lot of times with my students when they come talk to me, I'm teaching a small group or whatever, right? Yeah. And if I let these kids talk to me all the time, like if I don't I do what I call big problem or little problem. If I don't do that, they literally will come like every minute, and it's like, and if you're getting interrupted with that, you can't do what you're supposed to do with the small group. Yeah. So kids would be like, so and so said a bad word, and I'd be like, big problem, little problem, right? I'm like, can you ignore it? Can you get away, right? Apparently, because I was doing that, and then, again, like, I'm taking blame for it because it's all my fault. I've created like mini little Richard Pryors. So apparently, kids were just cussing left and right, and I didn't know about it. So then, like, now I had to start, like, cracking down. I was, like, to the point where, like, I almost needed a bleep button in my classroom. But I was like, you say something? All right, officer referral. Because I'm trying to, like, weed them off of that.
Yeah.
But I got this kid who, I think I've talked to you about it. He shouldn't be in gen ed. He is an ALE. Like, you talk to him for a couple of seconds, you realize he should be ALE.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, a 2 or 3 year old. And he knows his alphabet, but doesn't know his sounds. He can count to 13. That's, like, it, right? But kids are always like, hey, we'll call him Jimmy, right? They're like, Jimmy cuss. And I'm like, quit trying to get Jimmy in trouble. All right, it's like, we're going to ignore, and then I have to call these kids to the side, like, look, Jimmy doesn't understand what Jimmy's saying. And it's like, y'all just got to ignore Jimmy. If somebody else says it, yeah, tell me. But this little guy, you got to just act like it didn't happen.
That's a hard message to give
because
to a bunch of second graders.
Because he doesn't, I can't, like, just write him up because he doesn't know what he's doing. I can talk to him about it.
Wasn't Jimmy the guy from Seinfeld?
Yeah, every time I think about it, I always think about Jimmy's down. Jimmy's going to get you, Kramer.
You just start smiling. The kids are all, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Mr. Big, he's cussing at me.
Jimmy's cussing. Yeah. But you know, a couple things I've learned this year. First off, kids take anything. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, they just steal stuff. They see it, they take it, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta be careful, like, what I leave out. I tell parents, because I've had some kids that'll be like, somebody stole my snack. And I was like, do you have any idea who took it? And I feel bad for the kids. I'm like, look, I'm sorry they stole your snack, but I can't. A, they probably ate it. B, you have no idea who did it. So, like, who am I supposed to get mad at?
Yeah.
So then when I started telling him, and I told his grandma, I was like, you bring your snack, give it to me, I'll lock it up for you. That's what I tell the class. Like, you brought something that you think someone might take, give it to me. I'll lock it up. That way no one can take it. Because once I had a girl yesterday, and she couldn't find her ice cream money. She left it in her desk. Someone may have taken a dollar bill out of there, you know. And I feel bad telling the kids and the parents, like, well, I can't do anything about it because it's gone. I have no idea who took it.
Yeah.
And if it's food, it's not like they take it and save it. Kids take it and they eat it. It's, you know.
You gotta watch for some kid in the corner doing this.
Like that kid in
What are you eating?
Like that kid in kindergarten cop. You eating all these lunches? So that's one thing. And then another thing, these kids come up to me, and they did it to me earlier this week. They just hand me money. And they don't, like, I have no idea what they... Like, one girl, so we had to turn in our Chromebooks on Thursday. And they had chargers that came with it. And I've been telling these kids all year, in the last couple of weeks especially, like, y'all need to find these chargers. Because if you don't, they may charge you for it. They may charge you for it, you know?
Yeah.
It's $12. And so one day this girl comes up and just throws money on my desk. And I was doing something on the computer. Like, I was pulling something up, so I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, whoa. I was like, what is this? It's like, it's $12. And I'm like, why are you throwing $12 at me? And she's like, oh, it's for the charger. And she turned to walk away. I was like, hold up a second. Okay, go get a bag. Someone put it in the bag. Write your name on it. Right, what it's for, and I'm going to lock it up. But then I told her, like, but don't just throw money at people. I was like, that's disrespectful. Like, all you got to do is come talk to me, hand it to me. I was like,
You're like, there's only certain establishments where it's
where it's acceptable. Yeah.
to throw money at people.
Can't do that to me here. That's just wrong, man. It's just insane. Yeah. People know what you're talking about now, Choey.
Not on the main stage of one of the side ones right now.
But I also, speaking of technology and Chromebook, I gotta love kids with technology, especially young kids with technology. Sometimes it's just funny, or well, it's not funny in the moment. It's funny when you look back at it later, because they'll just be like, "Mr. Bing, it doesn't work," or they lose stuff, or like they're on things they shouldn't be doing. I can't tell you, like, I'll hear them like yelling. They're like, "Yeah, die, die, die." Hey, what are you doing over there? Math? Let me see it. Bring it over here. And they take like 2 minutes to bring it to you. They don't know that I know how to check like the history, and I can maximize a tab if they minimize it or whatever. And I'm like, this is what you were doing? And they're like, no. And I was like, all right, you're off the computer. But I'm like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious what you're doing, man.
It doesn't get better with age. Trust me, dealing with high school kids, the same thing.
They're not smarter at hiding it.
They try, but I'm like, you realize that our filters send me a notice every time that you do anything that's questionable, and it shows me what you did, if you type something, what you said, and it's got your email address on it.
That wasn't me. A friend used my computer.
No, they did. They tell that. I'm like, well, a friend had it at this point whenever you were in class, because I need to know because it's you or them.
But even if I tell them, even if your friend used it, or even if your friend did, that's your computer. So you're responsible for it. You know?
The nice thing with high school kids is they're at the age where like they're not going to tell nobody.
Yeah.
And so then it's usually the conversation with the parent. I realize that your kid says it was their friend that did it, but they're not telling me which friend.
Yeah.
They can give me the name. I'll punish the friend.
See, I've told Mike, again, because this is next year, unless something crazy happens, this should be the 5th year in a row of 2nd grade. I tell them all the time, like, think about you 2nd grade teachers or kids is y'all diming each other out all the time. Like, you guys have no problem being narcs. It's awesome because they'll be like, so and so did it, so and so did it. I still hate dealing with. They'd be like, so and so hit me, and I'm like, did you do anything first? No. And I'm like, so they just came up to you and just slapped you in the face for no reason. Yep. I was like, doesn't sound legit to me. That doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. Are you sure that's exactly what happened? They're like, well, okay, I did this. And I'm like, oh. Or they'll stick to their story. Like, no, I didn't do anything. So then I call the other kid over. And I'm like, did you hit so-and-so? Yeah, they hit me first. And I look back like, what? That doesn't count. I was like,
I was playing.
You started it. Yeah, I was playing.
You're like, well, did they know you were playing? No.
I had one girl told me yesterday, and this isn't in my notes because it just, you triggered it in my head. She's like, so-and-so is saying weird things to me, right? So I called her and him out in the hallway, and I had some issues with her mom lately. So I'm like, crap. I was like, what are we talking about here? So I pulled him in the hallway, and I was like, what do you mean weird things, right? Because I'm wondering, like, if it's inappropriate or, you know, whatever. And she's like, he's just saying he likes me and he wants to be my girlfriend. Right? He wants me to be his girlfriend. It'd be weird the other way. But,
it is 2023.
It is 2023. And he's like, no, I just want to be friends. And I'm like, so I kept telling him, I was like, look, you told me something weird. I was like, you guys are 2nd grade, about to be 3rd grade. You shouldn't be talking like that. But I was like, that's not weird, right? He shouldn't say it. You told him no. Did you tell him no nicely, or were you mean about it? I was like, you just tell him you don't want to be girlfriend. Okay, because
I don't want to be in the friends. Let's just be friends.
And yeah, but it's like
I got friend zone.
But I was just like, that's not weird. She acted like I thought he said something like inappropriate or whatever, and I was like, no, that's not that big a deal, man. Or lady. All right. Here's a little off the wall thing. So we do these PBS events, right?
Uh-huh.
And we did one where it was supposed to be teachers versus kids in kickball.
That just sounds great.
Thing is like 4 teachers, right? And it'd be like, I think 80 kids like bought the pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just did like 2 teams. Like I just like split the kids in half, and the teachers kind of helped me. Not a single kid knew the rules, right? So I'm pitching, right?
have been like, hey, PE teacher, where you at with this?
It's funny. They'd kick the ball and they would just stand there, and I'm like, run to first, run to first, run to first, right? And then they finally run, and I tell the defense, okay, when they kick the ball, they're going to second, so you either go touch the second with the ball or tap them, right? And then they would kick. The next person would kick it, and they wouldn't run, and the person on first wouldn't run. And I'm just like, if you looked at it, you would have thought I was upset because I was jumping up and down because I was like, hey, because I'm not yelling at them, like I'm not mad, but like, go, run, and then I'm yelling at the defense at the same time too, like tag him. But it was just like we actually did extended recess that day because the kids had fun.
Yeah.
But like I told the teachers after, I was like, not a single one knew what they were doing. I was like, it's amazing. It's like they don't even know what baseball is. You know, because it's the same thing as kickball is the same thing as baseball. It's just with a ball.
That's what the PE teacher not teaching them.
Well, you don't. Because that's not one of the units anymore, is it?
No, I mean, well, you can do whatever you want depending upon what the game is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in PE. Did you ever do kickball?
We did like a version of it inside where we had like a ball that wouldn't fly as far. Just because it was didn't want to take him outside and have to worry about me being the one teacher and then 70 kids. I didn't want to have to worry about somebody running her off.
Hey, speaking of sports, now you were a PE teacher at elementary school, right?
Yeah.
So you ever watch them like play basketball or anything like that?
Yeah.
I always laugh to myself because these kids, I feel like they make up their own rules. Like they dribble, pick it up, and they dribble again, and they pick it up and dribble. Or if they're playing football, even though there's an out of bounds, they'll like run way past it. They'll be like, oh, I guess I'm still in. And I just laugh, and I'm like, I've had them before where they'll be like, hey, Mr. Bing, they've asked me basically like to like referee or like, hey, I tagged so and so and he wasn't out or whatever, or he kept running. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna referee. I gotta, unfortunately, boys and girls, I gotta watch everybody else. I can't just sit here and watch you, like 6 boys play football, you know, or 6 to 10. I was like, there's like 80, 90 of you out here. There's a lot more than just you. So.
I would when they do like free time, there was always a group of kids that wanted to do like pick up, no matter our grade, they do like pick up basketball, and it's just like Jesus, like you're arguing over a foul. All y'all do is double dribble and travel and foul the whole time.
Well, I had to take, you know,
You'd all be out.
This is the last few years, football was always the most favorite sport. This year, this group, it's been basketball.
Yeah.
And football, I've had to take football away before because they tackle each other. They get a little rough, even though they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, they start arguing over basketball. Like, they'll tackle each other in basketball because they're, like, fighting over the ball. And I'm worried, and we're doing this outside on the blacktop, so it's concrete. Not that the inside is even much more comfortable. But I'll be like, you guys are arguing, and then when they're yelling at each other, like, you know what, we're just done with basketball for a while.
Basketball's done. Never again.
But I've taken it away, and we'll give it back, like, you know, a couple weeks later or whatever. But all right, anything else here before we're gonna take a quick break?
No,
see, doing it this way, man, go quicker, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Lost track of time. So, all right. Another episode. One more down. All right, we'll see you after break. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we're back, and it's time for
Cheers around the world.
All right, so here's where we get to say hey to all our international friends. So to our friends in Germany, Prost. To our friends in South Korea, Gunbei.
I was like, oh, I forgot.
To our friends in Brazil, Sade. It's like a mini drinking game, man.
I know, it's like, we
All
lost
right,
a lot.
to our friends in England, cheers, mate. And in Australia, same thing. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate, with a Barbie.
And then last, Barbados is simply cheers. All right, dude, lead us into what's Chappin Choey's. Oh, do you want to do it?
Before we do this, what's Chappin Choey's segment? I don't know what we've seen in Australia, but if, like every time we did that, we used to like something like crocodile, like that, or something like Australia. The Tinko H.
I know. I think I sent it to you, but it used to be this English comedy duo, right? And I was thinking about that because I was listening to the clip part 1 episode, right? Clip show, where I brought up the comedy duo between you and me. There's this group, I think they were like the 90s. They're called Hale and Pace, right? But and they would do like these travel videos. And this guy went to Australia, and all he did was just get drunk at a bar. Every time they showed him, he just kept getting more wasted.
Okay, so anyways, back to my segment real quick. When I was Chappin Choey, we referred to it last episode a little bit, but so Star Test has kind of come to a close for the 22-23 school year. I get that accountability is there for the school system. I'm totally for it. And the thing is, whether you're on the fence left or right, as far as you think that they should have the Star Test for accountability, you think it's stressed these kids too much, whatever. It's there. Like, just every time that you hear the Star Test, you can never hear anything about the Star Test without almost every 100% of the time people going, well, I really don't think it should be just based on one thing. No, it shouldn't. But you know what? You know what else is based on one test? Your driving test. If you don't pass your driving test, you don't get to drive.
Yeah, you have to take it over.
You don't, in order to be a teacher or an administrator, you got to take a test. If you don't pass that test, you don't get to do it. All sorts of things have a test to show what you're supposed to do. So just go with the flow, people. Let it be. And I get it. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing, but our entire society is based on that.
I'm not trying to be a downer, but were people complaining about why they're taking Star Tests or something?
I think I've been in school stuff for 15 years now, and it's every time, the Star, and there's always something that's like, it's so unfair that they're, it's tax and test.
Mm-hmm.
But they're always like, everything should be just based on the one test. And no, everything shouldn't be based on the one test, but that's what everything else is based on. So why not just have the same thing too? It just seems that essentially, I think the big difference in that versus other things is when you go take your driver's test, you're taking the driver's test for your opening.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
If I fail a driving test, it doesn't matter. It has no effect on you.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
with a Star Test, if you fail,
it kind of does, because if you fail your driver's test, I don't have to worry about you crashing into me, as I'm just following.
Unless I drive legally.
Yeah.
But with a Star Test, the kid fails, that negatively impacts the kid as well as the campus, and therefore the teachers are stressed, administrators, everything else like that. So it's one of those tests where it affects more than just the one person. So I can see that, but it's a necessary evil in the process of education.
At some point, though,
let it go.
What is that? Every time someone says that, I always think of Frozen. Right? Isn't Frozen have that song, "Let It Go"?
Let it go.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But what I was gonna say is, at some point, they may replace the STAR test, but it'll be some other state testing.
It'll be another acronym that they've come up with for something else. That's the only way that people can come up with right now, as far as to make sure you're accountable.
What?
Because otherwise, if you don't come up with some sort of measure to make sure that you're doing your job as a teacher, to make sure the kids are getting educated. Who's to say you're not just like, all right, guys, it's gonna be fun time again. Everybody play your phones for the next 45 minutes. And they're like, we just did that right now. And you're like, yeah, we'll do it again. And you spend time like it's Xbox and PlayStation time all day long in school every day. You essentially becoming 100% a babysitting place instead of an the school.
Well, now we're doing STAR test. So I got two things about STAR. Excuse me. One, it's all online now. So and they have to do it, obviously, because it's online, they have to have all these precautions and things in place, because if the Wi-Fi goes down, they're screwed. But also got to make sure that people aren't cheating or scamming the test somehow. Oh man, I just forgot my second thought too. I pulled a Choey.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's all online.
You're like, you're like, oh no, I know what it was now. That's all you gotta do, man. Just make fun of it, and it pops in. No, I learned. It was during. You remember when COVID first hit? Remember we talked about it before, but we never came back from spring break. We just were virtual the rest of that school year. One of my meetings I had up via Zoom, they talked about a third grade STAR test is tested at an 8th grade level, and I'm like, once they told me that, like there were some studies, I was like, doesn't that tell you the people that are creating the tests that we've always joked as teachers that they're trying to make kids get it wrong, but clearly it's way over their head. It's not even on there. And then you got the kids, and that's not even counting the kids that have learning disabilities.
Yeah.
That have to take the same exact test. That's way over their head. I'm with you. Like, but you're right. It's you gotta do it. You just gotta try your best.
Stuff happens.
I tell my kids, and I know I've been getting it wrong because I actually was talking about it this week. Because I always go along with the I got kids that are lazy when I'm trying to teach or whatever, and I keep telling them look, you keep this attitude, chances are you're probably gonna be lazy next year. You're probably gonna do bad on the STAR test, and I'm gonna guess you're probably gonna keep doing that. How's it go now? Because before, if you failed in 5th grade, you had to retake it, and if you failed again, you had to go to summer school. Now is it just one shot?
One shot for 5th and 8th.
And if you don't pass it,
then you're doing those 30. The house bill 45. That's 30 hours.
That's right. Okay. So that's the workaround, huh?
Yeah, well, from what I understand, they're going to modify some of that stuff. Or they're looking at possibly modifying the amount of hours. It is what it is.
Anything else on this, Choey?
No, sir.
You're getting a little lower on your voice.
Just a little less worked up.
You're like, I'm exhausted. You be times this week that I've been like, well, actually not even this week, it's this month. I'm like, and I just pause and I just kind of like close my eyes. I'm kind of thinking and trying to breathe in. The kids are like, shh, shut up. And I'm just like, I tell the kids, I'm tired of repeating myself, I'm tired of like just constantly saying, don't do that. Don't, stop licking your friend.
Stop licking your friend. Who's doing that? Jimmy.
Jimmy doesn't know what he's doing, guys. Just let it happen. Just stay still. Just stay still. Don't move.
You don't move.
Yeah, no.
You can't see him.
No.
It's like Jurassic Park. You can't see him.
People are gonna think we're close now. All right, you going with what's Chappin Choey? All right, so I'm gonna move on to teachable moments. About ready to start it. Then we got inspirational quote to end the episode. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, so and now it's time for teachable moments. All right. And with Chandler being and even got Choey Tribbiani here.
I was here for the ride, folks.
Yeah, the moral support, right?
I was learning.
All right, this edition of Teachable Moments talks about how important word choice is. And here's what I mean, but I know you're gonna agree with me, but I don't know if we're on the same wavelength exactly just yet. But once I get to talking, like I said, I know you're gonna believe this. I get kids that'll go home and tell their parents, I got stabbed today, right? With a pencil, with a pencil or with a scissors. And parents, what they mean is poked.
Yeah.
But and I've had many conversations with parents, like I get it. You hear the word stabbed, but I'd be freaked out too. So-and-so tried to stab me. No, I've had kids so-and-so tried to punch me, but it's just like a light tap or something, I'm like, that's not a punch. Is like you ball your fist. And speaking of punches, a couple weeks ago, I was up trying to do a parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
And so I was up in the front before they sent kids to breakfast, and one 5th grade kid got mad at his kindergarten cousin and legit punched him. And I guess he punched him in the chest, and like where the heart was. And that kid went like limp and just like he was had like a little seizure. And so I went and got ice and stuff. But like that's a punch, right?
Like a DeMar Hamlin. DeMar Hamlin?
Yeah.
Don't die.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, and craziness. Yeah.
Nothing else to see, kids. Go eat your breakfast pizza.
So yeah, and speaking of here, I thought going along the lines of, and I'm gonna tell a story that I would not be surprised if you get a little upset about. So I'm just gonna warn you now.
Okay.
So people can see the look on your face now, right?
Oh,
I gotta keep it all a secret, right?
What?
Do you remember when I had my allergies, my hive reaction? in college?
Maybe.
So like I called because we shared a parking pass at UTSA, right?
Oh yeah.
And I called you one morning. I was like, hey, dude, I can't go to school today, but I'm gonna bring the pass over to you because I had it in my car. So I go over there, and you're like, why aren't you going to school today? And I pull off my shirt. I had an allergic reaction. I had all these hives, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you said, but I missed school that day, right? I went to school the next day, and everyone was like, oh my God, Chandler, I was so glad to see you. We didn't know when you were coming back or whatever. And I was like, Choey, what the hell did you tell him? Tell him I was going to die or something? And you're like, pretty much. And so, like, some say, word choice is important, man. Also, now here's the one that I think you're going to get mad about. Do you remember when we were sophomores and I spent the night at your house and you woke up and you're like, oh, Chandler's not breathing. I think he died. Oh, well, I'm going back to sleep.
It looked like you were dead for a second. And
Yeah,
I
but
looked at you,
you're like,
and you weren't dead.
you're like, I think he's died. Oh, well, I'm going back to sleep, you know?
I checked. Everybody out there podcasting, I checked first. It was alive.
It's funnier the way I told the story, though.
It is.
Chandler died.
You tell the story sometimes the way my wife tells stories too. It's like you leave out key details that make me sound like an ass. And I'm all,
Sound like a.
that too. I'm like, oh no. Like it makes it funnier,
All right.
but
So
it's also one of those things where I'm like, I'm not like that. No.
it's more hilarious when you tell the story that way, though. All right. So and that wraps it up for teachable moments. And so last thing we're gonna do before we do our social media and stuff is we're going to end this episode with a little inspirational quote here and there. Let's just throw in a little. We like to be positive here and there, right?
You know?
Try and promote people, especially at this time of year. It's almost summertime. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
You can do it.
All right. So keep this in mind. Teaching is like a walk in the park. If that park is in fact Jurassic Park. So basically, it's not as easy as everyone seems to think it is it?
You got a can of Barbasol with some weird stuff in it. You got little things that fan their face out and spit at you.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would not hilarious. That would be awful.
So
You spit on me. I get mad. Not like I'll help kids and they'll sneeze on me. Like if I'm like I'm leaning down helping them, they sneeze on my. Luckily, no one's got my face, but they've got my hands or whatever. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the sink real quick, guys. Where's the soap? You know.
Take it, Jimmy.
Yeah. You know, why just blame Jimmy for everything, right? All right, so remember to check us out on
Instagram and Twitter. It's at Choey and Jan, spelled ChoeyNJAN.
Yeah, we're also TikTok. You know, and I forgot last episode, we've been on Facebook. There's nothing on Facebook yet, but we're there. There's nothing on YouTube yet, but there will be.
We'll be there.
Yeah, and there's nothing on MySpace yet, but you know, who knows?
We're gonna check that one out.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a time machine. You know.
Maybe we'll be there for you.
All right, which cheers do you want? Salute.
Yeah. Almost.
Look, I can't pick a country.